Well, hello, my jazzy friends. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're staying safe, and it's lovely to see you as always. I'm here on a day when I had absolutely no plan and no intention of recording because there's been some Dragon Age news and there's also some Sims news, so it's a double video day just to throw another spanner in the works. But anyway, I feel like me not talking about these things would be kind of nonsensical, so I'm going to. But first off, we need some context to what we're going to be digging into. So, if you're not entirely in the loop with all things Bioware, in the past few months, the studio have been reworking and looking to reboot their 2019 title Anthem. The game suffered quite a lot of mishaps along the way, a lot of stumbling blocks in development, and lots of the features were implemented very late in the process. And not an entirely sparkling reception when it came out either, because of bugs and some problems with mechanics and all kinds of stuff. Basically, the deal was that the executives at EA would be examining the state of Anthem and the reboot and the improvements to come together and decide basically whether the game was worth saving and continuing on with the process that goes with that, or whether they would just let it go, have BioWare stop working on those improvements, and kind of channel those resources and the time and the energy and whatever elsewhere. The improved reboot project was called Anthem Next. Anyway, I think either yesterday or a couple of days ago, it was announced that EA had decided to pull the plug on Anthem Next, to cease the work on it, etc., etc. BioWare made a statement saying that they'll keep Anthem alive and keep the service going. The direct quote from the dev, I think, was, "We'll continue to keep Anthem live service running as it exists today. So no improvements, no additions, none of this reboot and what have you." To be honest, the more I've read about this situation, the sadder I feel for BioWare. There's just reams of quotes from employees and former employees talking about it and talking about the situation and talking about everything they've been going through. And they've said stuff like depression and anxiety are an epidemic at BioWare. And honestly, my heart just goes out to them. I can't imagine that they're having a great time. Obviously, they put all this work and love and effort into this, so it's not the best situation. But what has this got to do with Dragon Age, I hear you ask? Well, my friends, the casualty of Anthem has had a knock-on effect to the plans of Dragon Age 4. Apparently, all the ongoings with Anthem and the Anthem Next project pushed EA to allow the BioWare team to push forward with Dragon Age 4 as a single-player RPG, and to remove the planned multiplayer aspects from the game. In this article from Bloomberg, thank you very much, loves, it says video game publisher Electronic Arts has made a major pivot on the next game in the popular Dragon Age series, allowing the developers to remove all planned multiplayer components from the game, according to people familiar with the matter. The next Dragon Age, which doesn't yet have an official title or release date, had previously been designed with a heavy multiplayer component. In recent months, it has transformed into a single-player only game after EA was stung by a recent multiplayer flop. The diverging trajectories of two recent games changed the mind of executives at EA. One was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a single-player game released in November 2019 that outperformed sales expectations, reaching more than 10 million players in its first 4 months. The second was BioWare's Anthem, a multiplayer game that was widely panned when it launched. It showed single-player games could be lucrative and that BioWare, traditionally known for its single-player role-playing games, might be better off returning to its roots. So that's the gist. But let's talk about it in simpler terms. The flop of Anthem, alongside a single-player title that did really well, have caused EA to U-turn on BioWare and tell them to proceed with Dragon Age in the way that it always kind of should have been, which is a beloved single-player experience. In my video the other day, I talked about things that I wanted for Dragon Age 4, and I stressed how much I was really hoping to have a single-player experience only. So on this count, I'm very, very pleased to see this news. I'm obviously sad for the reasons that we got there. I'm sad for the devs and stuff, because, like I say, I can only imagine that this isn't the happiest time for the people working at BioWare. But for selfish Dragon Age reasons, I'm very, very glad. However, it is also a cause for concern in my opinion. The last installment of the series came in 2014. We're now dwelling in 2020's evil cousin, 2021. It's been a pretty long time since we last had a Dragon Age release. So I guess my questions are, how heavy was the multiplayer component of the game? If it was, massive or predominantly multiplayer, then obviously we're going to be looking at a considerably longer development period. Like, is this something small that they were just going to do away with? Or was EA pushing Bioware for the entire game to be a multiplayer experience? If it's the latter, we could be waiting considerably longer for Dragon Age 4, because it could honestly mean them going back basically to the beginning with development. Again, it's very, very dependent on how heavy those aspects of the game were. But that's the gist of what's going on. Let me know your thoughts though, I love to hear from you, but that is what I have for you today. Again, kind of just signing off with a big old crossing my fingers. I think the only thing that is a certainty with this project now is Dragon Age 4 is going to be a very, very crucial part, in my opinion, of BioWare's ability to survive in the future and continue doing what they do so well. And I think now they're being allowed to move in the direction that they thrive in, hopefully it's going to be a fantastic game. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, like I say, I have another video coming out today, Lord help me, but thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.